Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my makeup for beginners video. So I've always been asked on Instagram and even on YouTube comments and stuff how to do a very simple makeup look, because a lot of my looks are very bold, very out there, very colorful, that I know a lot of you want a very practical look to do, like for office and all that stuff. So I will be teaching you today how to do a very simple look, blending techniques, how to choose your foundations and all that good stuff, and even how to do a nude lip on like brown skin, which is, I know a lot of you want to know. This video will definitely be slightly longer than usual because I will be teaching you step by step and taking you through. So if you want to see how to get a very simple makeup look, please keep watching. So we're going to start with eyebrows first. I brought you a bit closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm using the Milani Precision Brow Pencil. I like this one because it's super thin, if you can see. Even the lip product is actually super thin, so it gives you like a very natural eyebrow. So let's start with eyebrows first. Okay, so we're going to start off with eyebrows first. If you can see, my eyebrows have not been threaded, so just ignore that. I'm just going to continue doing the normal shape that I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start where I usually start. So I start here, and essentially I'm going to outline the bottom and outline the top. Okay, now the top. So the top, if you can see here, I have lesser hair, but doesn't mean I'm going to start here. I'm still going to start here because my starting point of the bottom line is here. So I'm just going to start at the same exact place. And then just outline the shape. Okay, so we have the shape in place. Now I'm going to take the same eyebrow pencil. I'm going to fill in the brow, but I'm not going to fill in the entire thing. I'm going to fill in wherever there is lesser hair. Okay, so when you come to the front, you never want to fill in this area because you want that area to be as faded as possible. So do not apply any product in this area. I will actually apply the product here. Okay, once I'm done with that, I will take the spoolie and I will sort of brush the product forward just to give it like a nice faded effect. So this is exactly what we want to go for. I'm going to do the other side and then we can continue. Okay, so now the eyebrows are done. Now what I do is I take the concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me one. This is in 40 Caramel. I'm just going to apply some on the bottom because I'm essentially cleaning up the eyebrows. I want it to look really sharp and neat, especially if I have like hair growth. It doesn't look like neat, so that's what I'm going to do. Just taking a paintbrush. This is actually a paintbrush. I like paintbrushes because they have that square top. And I'm just going to take my time and just clean up the brows. Okay, so bottom down, I'm going to do the top. Okay, so once that's done, I will just take a normal brush and I will just blend out the concealer first, because once the concealer dries, it will be very hard to blend out. So I'm just going to blend the edges. Okay, so now you guys can see the differences between two brows. This one looks a lot more cleaner and this one looks a lot more like messier. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this end. Okay, so the eyebrows are done. Let's move on to the eyeshadow. Also for this video, you guys, I'm going to use products that are really affordable that you can get at like Guardian, Watsons, or even online. So I will try to keep everything as affordable as possible. I will not do like a high-end one because it's more practical for everyone. Okay, so for eyeshadow palette, I'm taking the Eye Magic Rose Gold palette. I love this palette. If you can see, it's got very neutral, very warm colors that is absolutely nice. Okay, so now we're just going to start off with the eyes first. I like to start by applying some concealer on the eyelids just to even out the colors. Sometimes we have like veins or discoloration and all that stuff, and also the concealer acts as a primer, so the eyeshadow has a base to stick on too. For your eyeshadow, there are 3 sections that you need to know. This is your eyebrow bone, this is your crease, and this is your lid shade. So usually we always start with a transition shade in the crease. So transition shades always look something like this. It's a very soft brown. If you are lighter skin tone, you need to look for something lighter. If not, this will be a tad bit too dark on you. For brown skin girls, this kind of colors are just perfect. So I'm just going to swirl my brush in, always tap off, because it's easier to build the color slowly than putting a lot of color on and then not being able to blend. Okay, so first for the crease shade, I'm going to circle in my crease shade first. We just need a wash of color. It doesn't have to be too pigmented. So with eyeshadow, it's always a lighter color inside and a darker color outside. It's just because we want to create dimension. So light areas and dark areas creates dimension, like even in our face. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to apply a darker color outside and a lighter color inside. I'm going to take this like brown. You can use this even like for daily makeup, because we're going to do a very soft copper look today. So in the outside, I'm just going to my outside corner. I'm just going to circle this as soft as possible. We just want a bit of a deeper tone on the outside. So for daytime, I think this is enough. If you're doing a nighttime makeup, you can definitely do a bit more. Now I'm going to take this shade. It's such a pretty, like coppery kind of a shade. And I'm going to apply it in the inside. So pretty. Taking the palette, going back to that shade, I'm just going to blend the lines because we don't want any harsh lines. Just blending the lines. And that's about it for our eyeshadow. So this is a beginner's eyeshadow. You can always switch out the colors to whatever colors that you want to do. You can do black and gold. You can do dark red matte inside and a red shimmer inside. Anything that you want to do. But this is really, really good like for beginners. Even like for office looks, I think this is beautiful. Okay, let me do this side. Okay, so the eyeshadow done. It's a very basic copper look. You can always switch it out for any other colors that you want as well. Okay, so now for cleaning up, I know some of you might be wondering what about the fallout here. It's totally fine. So I usually take a wet wipe and then I will clean it up. Okay, so clean up. So on the outside corner, what I do is if I straight away pull like this, can you see my skin folding? So I will not get a clean cut. What I'll do is I'll hold my skin down. So I'll just hold it here. I won't pull my skin. I'll just hold it here. And just in one motion. Just cleaning everything up, yeah? Let's do the other side. Moving on to eyeliner. So what I like to do is, always eyeliner, you start in the front thin and the outside thicker. Okay, when I come to the outside, I like to wing it a bit. So you can see how I do my wing. I will draw a line like that first, then the tip of it, I'll just bring it in. That is your eyeliner done. So next we're going to do mascara and lashes. So for mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Hyper Curl. I really like this one. It's really nice on its own, but today I'm going to show you how to use lashes. So lashes, I know traditionally we use like lashes and then we apply the glue and then we put it on. Today I'm actually going to use magnetic lashes. I know like a lot of people still use glue, but I think that if you're a beginner, you need to invest in a pair of magnetic lashes because they are so easy to use, like so easy, and it really lasts. So yeah, for today we're going to use magnetic lashes. I'm super excited for this. This is actually from Drus Lash on Instagram. I think if you have been following me on Instagram, you would have known, like I've spoken about them. Her lashes are so beautiful. So in her package, it comes with one lash, one eyelash glue and an applicator. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to line the top of my eyeliner with this eyeliner, with another eyeliner essentially. You know, this is actually my first pair of magnetic lashes. And honestly, after trying this, I've been wondering myself, like, why have I been waiting so long to try magnetic lashes? It's so easy, you guys. It is so easy and so efficient. Like, it saves so much time. So if you are a person you like to use lashes on a daily basis, I highly suggest getting magnetic lashes. And yeah, okay, so now I'm just waiting for the liner slash gluish thing to dry, and then once it's done we will pop this on. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pop it on. I'm just taking the lashes out and you will be able to see how easy this is. So easy, so easy. Okay, so you can see I'm just going to pop it on. That's all. That's all that it's needed. That's all. Like, seriously, why? I always have this, like, whenever I put this on, I'll be thinking again and again, like, why it took me so long to actually try magnetic lashes, because this has made my life so much more easier. That's all, you guys. That's all it takes. Like, I mean, this is definitely a bit more dramatic, but if you want like more natural ones, there are designs with like natural lashes which you can definitely try, but this is the way to go. This is the way to go. Okay, so eyes done. Very simple, very coppery look, which I really love. Now we're going to start with the face. So first step is moisturize. Moisturize. Never ever skip that out. I've been using the Madecera Return Cream as my moisturizer nowadays because it's really pigmented. No, it's really potent and really moisturizing, which I really like. Even if you have oily skin, you still need to make sure your skin is well hydrated, because if you have dry skin, when your foundation goes on, it will look very cakey and all that stuff. So your base has to be set very nicely before you go in with like foundation and stuff. Next up, face primer. I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte one. I honestly, this is by far one of my most favorite primers ever. It looks like a cream. You see, it looks like a cream, and I just like to apply it all over. Same way I did with my moisturizer. Just be careful of the brows. So primer, first thing is it keeps your makeup on longer because it's essentially like a glue, you know. So when you put on your foundation, the foundation has something to stick to. So that's what the primer does essentially. And it also protects your skin because, you know, when you apply a lot of makeup, it acts like a barrier between the makeup and the skin. So primer is really important. Okay, so third thing is you need to color correct your skin. So you see sometimes you have like hyperpigmentation or scars or anything like that. You need to color correct the skin. I will leave like a chart up here basically like for what color you need to use. For any dark spots like scarring, hyperpigmentation, you need to use something that's orange or reddish tone. So, but you only need very little. Don't put a lot. I know in a lot of Instagram videos and all, like, people put a lot, but that is just for like video purposes. For like normal daily lifestyle, you don't need a lot, because the thing is, if you do use like a lot of it, you need a lot of foundation to cover this thing up. So I always use very minimal. If you can see, very minimal. I just want like a wash of color. So I'm just going to take any brush and just blend it away. As long as there's a tint of redness, you're good to go. Okay, so for foundation, one of my most asked questions is how to find your foundation shade. Honestly, you guys, I have a way of choosing foundations which I always suggest. So I always suggest you swatch a few here and then you walk around and all that stuff, but that doesn't make sense now because of COVID and all that stuff. There's no swatching allowed. So what I would highly suggest is, one of the most practical ways for you to find your foundation shade is look at people online that use makeup and see if you're almost a similar skin tone as them, and then you get your shade. So for example, if you're close to my skin tone, you can just follow the shade that I use. Make sense, right? Yeah. So my undertone is naturally a very golden yellowish undertone. So I look for products that have golden and yellowish hue in them. How you find your undertone is you need to see your vein color. So if your vein color is purple, your colors, I think if I'm not mistaken, is very cool. So like white and pink. If you're green, like I have green veins, so your foundation, everything else looks a bit more yellow and it suits the skin. One of the biggest problem for Indian skin tones, deeper skin tones, is when we put on foundation, it turns out white, it turns out gray, it looks a bit weird on the skin. It's not that the foundation is wrong, it's that the undertone of the foundation is wrong. So as long as you have a foundation with the correct undertone, so shade is different, undertone is different. So once you have a foundation with the correct shade and the correct undertone, you're good to go. So I think my only suggestion and advice for you now is find someone online that uses makeup, see if you're as close to their skin tone as possible, and then you just get whatever shade that they're using, okay? Oh my god, I have a feeling this video is going to be super long. Okay, so for foundation, I like to use a brush and I like to use a sponge. Today I'm going to use a foundation on a brush, and then I will use a sponge for concealer and all. So what I do is, very little, see, just one pump, and I put it on. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection in 501 Noisette. I honestly obsessed with this foundation, you guys. I think it's only, I bought it on sale, so it was about 16 ringgit. I'll display the correct pricing, the real pricing here. This is a beautiful color and it's a beautiful foundation. It's not thick, it's not heavy, it's very skin-like. Let me show you. Can you guys see? It's very skin-like. It just looks like my skin but better. So I really like this foundation. I'm just going to continue doing the rest. So I'm doing the same half pump, not a full pump, on the other side of the face. I just put it on and then I blend. So try not to straight away do that. My camera is like, what are you doing, girl? Okay, and then I'll just buff it out. Okay, so foundation done. So that's all you need to do. Just blend it. Keep looking at the mirror. If you feel anything that looks a bit patchy, a bit weird, just go in with the brush and just buff it again and you should be good to go. Okay, so for concealer. Concealer is ideally a shade lighter than your foundation shade. And like I said earlier, I like mine to be slightly golden. So I've got the Rimmel Match Perfection one in Classic Beige. I really like this one. Like, this too, amazing. Let me just show you the foundation first before I actually forget. This is really good, you guys. I really like this concealer. So just squeezing some to the top. I'm going to apply some here. Okay. Some here. And then, you know, the middle. Just very lightly. I'm not going to do a lot because remember, for daily makeup, always less is more. So I'm taking a sponge, I've wet it, squeezed it so it's a damp sponge, and I'm going to apply it. I'm going to bounce it up and down. So don't drag, never do this, always bounce, okay? Sometimes I know in a rush we tend to drag it like this. So you just think of your face as a blank canvas. So now, once we put the foundation, we essentially have like a blank canvas, and then after that we have to like add dimensions to the face. So we have two things. We have something called the light area and dark areas. So light areas is underneath your eyes and where the light hits essentially. So here, 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 your T-zone, and underneath your eyes. So that's where we're going to highlight now. I'm just going to apply very little my nose bridge and very little on the forehead, so that you know when the light hits, it looks like there are dimensions on the face, which all of us want. Okay, so for blending out, do not take it everywhere, just blend in one spot. Okay, for the nose, I like to squeeze the blender and just bounce it. Because the blender is damp, it will absorb any excess product that's on the skin. Now for the forehead. Okay, so moving on to powder. There are two types of powder. There are the compact ones like this, and then there are setting powders. Honestly, I like setting powders because they memang set it like more, but the thing is I've not found a really nice drugstore alternative that really sets that is yellow color. There's a lot of powders, but they are all very neutral tone, and I like something with a golden undertone. So today I'm going to use the Rimmel Lasting Radiance powder. This one is super pretty. It gives you a very nice yellowish warm. I'm going to use the blender. I always use my beauty blender when setting my under eye because I think it nicely packs the powder inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set it like that. So why we set the concealer is because, you know, sometimes we have wrinkles underneath the eyes. If you do not set your concealer, it will crease, like it will start creating lines on the face, which we don't want. So we set underneath first, and then wherever we applied the concealer. Worry if that looks like too much, you are going to brush it off. So then I take a powder brush, like a big fluffy brush. I take everything because we need to set the whole face, you know. So okay, so I've actually let the powder sit on the face for about 15-20 seconds. Now I'm just going to brush off everything. Next, I'm going to use the Rimmel Kate Sculpting Palette to bronze. I just realized a lot of the products that we use was Rimmel. It's not sponsored, by the way. I just honestly love their products. I'm using the Kate Sculpting Palette. This is the 003 Golden Bronze. I'm going to use this shade to bronze my face. I've got a brush that looks like this. Yeah, so you can actually like get into the cheekbones really nicely. So I'm just taking some, tap off. And what I like to do is, I like to do this so that I can actually see where the lines are. And then I just circular motions. So you're blending upwards, you're not blending downwards, because if the contour gets in this area, it will look very muddy. So just okay, next side. Okay, so you guys can see now the face has got like dimensions and shapes, which is so pretty. I'm going to go in with blush. So today I'm using the Palladio blush, matte blush in, what shade is this? In Chic. Just tap off. Okay, then I like to smile, and I'll apply it on the cheeks, blending it into my contour. Now we're going to move on to highlighter. Okay, so one of the most beautiful highlighters from the drugstore is the Maybelline Master Chrome. This is in the shade 100 Molten Gold. Look at that, you guys. It's so beautiful. Like, I really like it. So I'm just taking a brush. I'm not going to apply a lot. I usually do, but since this is like beginner's makeup, I'm not going to apply a lot. So what I like to do is you apply it on your cheekbones and your T-zone. So you see, when I turn, can you see the light hits here first? You see here? Can you see? So you're going to apply it in that area. Just highlighting the face a bit so everything looks sharper. Okay, I almost forgot something. I forgot the nose contour, which I know a lot of you really like. Okay, so for nose contour, I actually got one of this brush. I don't know if you can see. Wait, let's see. Focus! Okay, can you guys see? It looks like this. Yeah. Okay, so I just stamp it in, then my nose. Just bring it down. If I feel the sides have been a bit too, it looks a bit too muddy, what I'll do is, I'll take the powder, I'll take my blender, once again, I'll apply some and I'll just clean it up. Yeah. So I will just let the powder sit there for a bit and then we will just brush it off, so that the lines look a bit more cleaner. You can even do that for your contour. Let me show you. Just take some. For people on the plus size, if you have like face fat like me, don't bring the powder down until here. Then this area will look like more like like that. So I only do it like just right up there. I used to always bring it down, and then when I used to edit my videos, I was thinking like, why does my face look like that? Then I realized I was doing it the wrong way. So nowadays I just do a very thin line just right up here, you know, just to make everything look a bit chiseled. Okay, so I'm going to brush up the nose one using my same powder brush. Okay, can you guys see the nose? It looks more cleaner. Same thing. Okay, so for nose highlighter, I just use my finger. I'll take some, I'll apply it on the top of her nose and then the bridge. You know, just now where we highlighted the nose with the concealer? Yeah, just that same section. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so we are almost done. Now we're going to do the lips. So I know a lot of us, deeper skin tones and all that stuff, we like to use a lot of like bold colors, which is totally fine. But I want to show you guys how to do a nude lip, because I know what we struggle with is we actually don't buy colors like this. If you can see, when we go like to garden and all, we never buy colors like this because it just never suits us. But I want to show you the trick to actually using colors like this. So I get a brown lip liner. This is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Cold Brew. This is beautiful. So I use this and outline my lips first. Okay, so now we take the lipstick. My absolute favorite is the Maybelline one in Nude Embrace, 650 Nude Embrace. This is crazy beautiful. So what I do is, I will just apply it in the middle. So I do not go until the outside, just in the middle. Then I'll just use the tip and just blend everything out. Ta-da! This is how you do like a nude lip on like brown skin tones, deeper skin tones and all that stuff. So you need your game changer is like a brown lip liner, a really good brown lip liner. Mine is the NYX Suede in Cold Brew, which is crazy good. Can you guys see? So simple, so fresh, so beautiful. Okay, so last step is setting spray. One of my most favorites is the Catrice Cosmetics Prep and Fine, if I'm not mistaken. That one is my most favorite, but it's not here. It's actually in my makeup classroom. So I'm just going to use the Intuit one today. This is the Intuit Makeup Stay Mineral Setting Mist. So how you're going to spray it is you're going to do 1, 2, 3. So you know it spritz like this, right? So you're going to do 1, 2, 3. Okay guys, so this is the end of the video. This is actually the kind of makeup that I teach my students if they come and they ask me like for natural makeup, beginner's makeup, something very practical to wear like for office or college and all the stuff. This is exactly what I create with them. So I hope you enjoyed this look. I really like looks like this. I like how it's dialed down. It's not too much out there. It's very suitable for you just to go out. I mean, we're not going out much now, but I'm just saying like it's a very practical day-to-day makeup look. And it's not heavy on the skin because we did not put a lot of foundation. We did not like bake the face and do like this and that. Those are actually usually like for night makeup, if you're going to do some sweating, if you're doing a photo shoot. Those makeups are generally more heavier. Even bridal makeup, they are heavier. But for like day-to-day makeup, always remember less is more, because in the sunlight everything can be seen. So if you pack on makeup, it will look cakey and you will just feel uncomfortable. So let's not do that. I hope you actually enjoyed this look. Like, it's very simple, it's very easy to recreate, but again with makeup is practice. You need to keep practicing. So after you watch this, you know, keep watching a lot of other YouTube videos from other people on Instagram, on YouTube, anything like that, and keep practicing. As you practice, you will get there. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions on the steps, blending techniques, if there's something that maybe I didn't mention, just leave them down in the comment box and I'll try to reply every one of you. Thank you so much for watching until here. I hope you enjoyed this very long chit chat, get ready, this very long chit chat makeup for beginners class, like brown edition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.